0. Chokingly crowded places, discovering 10 of the world's population hotspots. Have you ever felt suffocated in a crowd, jostling in a cramped space? Imagine that feeling magnified 100, 1,000 times, every day, every hour. That's the reality of life in these most densely populated cities and islands on the planet. These aren't science fiction stories, but vivid portrayals of humanity's extraordinary adaptation, where every square meter of land is more precious than gold, and personal space seems like a distant luxury. Are you curious about what life is like in places likened to giant anthills? Where the noise and hustle never seem to cease? And is there something miraculous, or even a touch of madness, existing amidst such unbelievable congestion? Today, join us on a journey to explore 10 cities and islands with the highest population densities in the world. Brace yourselves, because what you're about to see might make you rethink your definition of crowded. 1. Santa Cruz del Islote, Colombia, tiny island, vast sea of people. Let's start with a truly unique place, Santa Cruz del Islote, a tiny island in the San Bernardo archipelago, off the Caribbean coast of Colombia. Can you believe it? This is the most densely populated island in the world. With an area of just 0.012 square kilometers, roughly the size of 2 football fields combined, this island is home to about 1,200 people. If you do a quick calculation, the population density here reaches an unimaginable figure, around 103,917 people/km superscript 2. Imagine setting foot on Santa Cruz del Islote. There are no wide, sprawling roads, no green gardens. Instead, there are about 97 houses packed closely together, squeezed onto a tiny patch of land. The residents here live so close that they joke that you can reach out your window and touch your neighbor's house. Interestingly, despite the cramped conditions, the community has formed a unique self-governing mechanism. You won't find police or hospitals on the island. All issues are resolved through consensus and mutual help. The lives of Santa Cruz del Islote's inhabitants mainly revolve around fishing and tourism. Children on the island attend a small school, perhaps one with the most unique playground in the world, the vast Caribbean Sea itself. Fresh water is supplied by the Colombian Navy, and electricity is also quite limited. But what's astonishing is that smiles and optimism never seem to fade from the faces of the islanders. They have turned the lack of space into the strength of solidarity. Another strange thing is that, despite having no land to bury their dead, the people of Islote have an agreement with a neighboring island for their final resting place. This is truly a testament to human adaptability and community building in the harshest conditions. 2. Manila, Philippines, when cramped becomes a lifestyle. Welcome to Manila, the vibrant capital and also the world's most densely populated city if considering a large urban scale. With over 1.8 million people crammed into an area of only about 38.55 square kilometers, some sources note a smaller administrative area, around 25 square kilometers, further increasing the density. Manila has an official population density of about 46,178 people/km superscript 2. But if you wander into the poorer residential areas, this number can be much higher. What has made Manila so crowded? It's a combination of many factors: a stream of migrants from rural areas seeking better opportunities, and a relatively high birth rate, averaging about 3.1 children per woman in the past, though it has now decreased. The result is a city constantly in a state of overload. Infrastructure, from transport and housing to public services, is under immense pressure. Take a stroll around Manila, and you'll feel an overwhelming intensity. The incessant noise of vehicles, especially the jeepneys, a unique symbol of Philippine transport, converted from U.S. military jeeps and adorned with vibrant colors, weaves through throngs of people and vehicles. Traditional markets display all sorts of goods, bustling with buyers and sellers. Modern high-rise buildings intersperse with dilapidated slums, creating a hauntingly contrasting picture. One interesting and somewhat bizarre aspect of Manila is the existence of enormous cemeteries where the living and the dead coexist. Thousands of homeless poor have turned tombs into makeshift shelters, creating unique communities right in the heart of the city of the dead. This is a testament to the harshness of urban life and the incredible survival instincts of people. Despite the difficulties, Manilans maintain their optimism and the spirit of bayanihan, a spirit of community and mutual assistance. 3. Pateros, Philippines, a packed village in the heart of a megacity. Continuing our journey in the Philippines, we arrive in Pateros, the only remaining municipality in Metro Manila. With an area of only about 2.1 square kilometers, less than 1 square mile, Pateros is home to about 65,000 people, creating an astonishing population density of about 30,952 people/km superscript 2. However, some other sources only count a smaller actual land area, pushing the density up to nearly 94,400 people/km superscript 2. Once famous for its duck-raising industry and the renowned Ballot, fertilized duck egg, as well as fishing, Pateros is now facing the decline of these traditional industries due to water pollution and rapid urbanization. The name Pateros originates from pato, duck, and sapatero, shoemaker, indicating the region's history linked to animal husbandry and small-scale industry. Imagine a traditional village, but instead of rice paddies or fish ponds, you see houses packed side by side and a labyrinth of narrow alleys. That's Pateros. Although part of the Manila megacity, Pateros still retains its own cultural traits, traditional festivals, and a fairly strong sense of community. However, overcrowding is unavoidable. Public space is scarce, and the daily lives of residents are always intertwined with sharing space. Interestingly, despite being small and crowded, Pateros resiliently preserves its identity amidst the whirlwind of urbanization, like a miniature cultural oasis. 4. Mandaluyong, Philippines, miniature Wall Street and soaring skyscrapers. Not far from Manila and Pateros, we come to Mandaluyong, another city in Metro Manila, dubbed the shopping capital of the Philippines, or sometimes the Wall Street of the Philippines, due to the concentration of many financial centers, offices, and high-end shopping areas. With an area of about 11.26 square kilometers, Mandaluyong has a population of over 425,000 people, bringing the population density to about 37,791 people/km superscript 2. Some other statistics with smaller land areas yield figures up to about 90,460 people/km superscript 2. What makes Mandaluyong so crowded? Its strategic location, right in the center of Metro Manila, connecting to other major cities like Makati and Quezon City, along with strong economic development, has attracted a large population to live and work. High-rise apartment buildings spring up like mushrooms, trying to meet the growing housing demand. Wandering around Mandaluyong, you'll see an interesting mix of modern office buildings, bustling commercial centers like SM Megamall or Shangri-La Plaza, and densely populated residential areas. Life here moves at a rapid pace, reflecting the pulse of an economic hub. However, behind the glamour of the skyscrapers are challenges related to traffic, pollution, and pressure on infrastructure. A notable feature is the presence of the National Center for Mental Health in Mandaluyong, one of the largest facilities of its kind, perhaps partly reflecting the invisible pressures of modern urban life. 5. Lelay Chow, Hong Kong, the island that grew from towers. Leaving the Philippines, we head to Hong Kong, one of the most densely populated places in the world, and visit Lelay Chow. This is a small island located southwest of Hong Kong Island, with an area of only about 1.3 square kilometers. However, this island is home to nearly 87,000 people, creating a staggering population density of about 66,755 people/km superscript 2. Lelay Chow, meaning Duck's Tongue Island due to its shape, was once a peaceful fishing village. But Hong Kong's urbanization and economic development have transformed it into a bustling residential area. To solve the space problem, the only solution was to build vertically. Towering, closely packed apartment buildings have become the characteristic landscape of Lelay Chow. Land reclamation projects have also helped expand the area, but still not enough to alleviate the overcrowding. Life in Lelay Chow is a prime example of vertical living. People live in compact apartments, and public space is extremely limited. However, the island still has its own charms, with fresh seafood markets, ancient temples, and stunning sea views. Interestingly, the Lelay Chow Bridge, connecting Lelay Chow to Hong Kong Island, was once listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the bridge with the highest traffic density in the world at that time. This shows the dynamism and also the pressure of life on this tiny island. 6. Mjingo, Kenya/Uganda, a pebble, teeming with life and dispute, on Lake Victoria. Now, let's visit a tiny but extremely famous and controversial island, Mjingo Island, located on Lake Victoria, Africa's largest freshwater lake. With an area of only about 2,000 square meters, 0.002 square kilometers, smaller than a standard football pitch, Mjingo is home to anywhere from 130 to over 1,000 people at different times, mostly fishermen. If we take an average of about 500 people, the population density here can reach 250,000 people/km superscript 2, a truly insane figure. Some sources state the density is 65,500 people/km superscript 2 based on more specific data. Mjingo is essentially a rocky outcrop protruding from the lake, yet it is the center of a lucrative Nile perch fishing industry. It is because of this economic value that the tiny island has become the focal point of a long-standing sovereignty dispute between Kenya and Uganda. Both countries claim Mjingo as their own. Life on Mjingo Island is a miniature world. Temporary shacks made of corrugated iron are built side by side, leaving only narrow pathways. Surprisingly, amidst the cramped conditions and poor living standards, one can still find bars, brothels, and even a makeshift casino. This is where fishermen gather after exhausting trips at sea. Security on the island is maintained by both Kenyan and Ugandan police, creating a rather unique situation. The existence of these entertainment services on such a small, crowded, and disputed rock is a strange phenomenon, reflecting both the harshness and the human ability to adapt to make a living and find recreation. 7. Mogadishu, Somalia, resilience amidst turmoil. The capital of Somalia, Mogadishu, is a city with a complex and turbulent history. After years mired in conflict and instability, Mogadishu is gradually reviving. The city has witnessed rapid population growth, partly due to returning refugees and displaced persons after the establishment of the federal government of Somalia in 2012. Currently, with an estimated population of about 2.6 million people in an area of about 91 square kilometers, Mogadishu has a population density of around 28,571 people/km². Some other statistics suggest a smaller area and an estimated population of up to 2.5 million people in 75.2 square kilometers, pushing the density to 33,244 people/km². Despite still facing security and political challenges, Mogadishu is gradually reasserting its position as Somalia's cultural and economic center. Bustling markets, once desolate beaches now starting to see visitors, and reconstruction projects are slowly changing the face of the city. The crowding in Mogadishu carries a different meaning. It's an expression of hope, of return, and the aspiration to rebuild lives. Strolling through the streets of Mogadishu, you'll feel a strong energy and admirable resilience from its people. Roadside cafes, small shops selling all sorts of goods, and the laughter of children in the streets. Interestingly, despite the difficulties, traditional Somali culture is still preserved and promoted, from music and poetry to cuisine. The revival of Mogadishu, though slow and challenging, is a testament to the tenacious spirit of a nation. 8. Tanta, Egypt, city of the master and the industrial pulse. Welcome to Tanta, a large city in Egypt's Nile Delta region, often nicknamed Madinat al-Sayed, city of the master, or informally, Boss Town. With a population of over 500,000 people living in an area of about 16 square kilometers, Tanta has a population density of approximately 31,360 people/km². Tanta is an important center for the cotton processing industry, one of Egypt's key economic sectors. The city also attracts a large number of students thanks to Tanta University, one of the country's major universities. This economic development and its role as an educational hub have contributed to Tanta's high population density. One of the most prominent events in Tanta is the Mawlid of Sayyid Ahmed al-Badawi, an annual Sufi Islamic festival that attracts millions of pilgrims from all over Egypt and the Arab world. During the festival days, Tanta becomes more crowded than ever, with processions, prayers, and lively cultural activities. This shows Tanta's importance not only economically but also in spiritual life. The mix of a bustling industrial pace and a traditional festive atmosphere creates a distinctive character for Egypt's Boss Town. 9. Dhaka, Bangladesh, endless streams of people and the rickshaw capital of the world. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, is one of the fastest growing and most densely populated megacities in the world. Dhaka's population has skyrocketed, from about 11.4 million people in 2003 to over 23.2 million in 2023, including the wider metropolitan area. If considering only the central city area of about 306 square kilometers, the population can reach over 9 million, creating a density of about 30,911 people/km². Some specific areas within the city have much higher densities. Dhaka is the heart of Bangladesh's textile industry, one of the country's main export sectors. The city is also an important commercial and financial center. Rapid economic development has attracted millions of people from rural areas to Dhaka in search of work, putting immense pressure on infrastructure and services. Affordable housing is increasingly scarce, and many people have to live in slums with inadequate conditions. One of the most characteristic images of Dhaka is its rickshaws. An estimated hundreds of thousands of rickshaws operate on Dhaka's streets every day, creating a scene that is both chaotic and colorful. They are the main mode of transport for many residents and also a source of livelihood for thousands of rickshaw pullers. Strangely, amidst the traffic chaos and endless streams of people, life in Dhaka proceeds with astonishing patience and endurance. Floating markets, traditional festivals, and the hospitality of the people are hidden beauties behind the city's bustling exterior. 10. Chikapa, Democratic Republic of Congo, Diamond Rush and a swelling city. Finally, we arrive in Chikapa, a city in the southern Democratic Republic of Congo, near the border with Angola. Chikapa is famous for its diamond mines, and it was the Diamond Rush that attracted a large number of migrants, especially after the Congo Wars, 1997 to 2003. With an estimated population of over 780,000 people in an area of about 28 square kilometers, Chikapa has a population density of around 27,799 people/km superscript 2. Rapid and unplanned development has turned Chikapa into a crowded city with many challenges. Poor infrastructure, limited public services, and a complex security situation are problems that Chikapa's residents face daily. However, the allure of diamonds continues to attract a stream of fortune seekers. Life in Chikapa reflects a stark contrast between the hope of quick riches and the harsh reality of a mining town. Makeshift markets, noisy bars, and self-built residential areas spring up side by side. A noteworthy aspect is the cultural diversity in Chikapa, due to people migrating from various regions of Congo and neighboring countries. Amidst the chaos and hardship, one can still see the entrepreneurial spirit and the aspiration to rise of people trying to build lives in this land full of potential but also fraught with challenges. We've just explored 10 of the world's most densely populated cities and islands. From tiny islands like Santa Cruz del Islote or Mjingo to colossal megacities like Manila or Dhaka, each place tells its own story of life, struggle, and the extraordinary adaptability of human beings. What's strange and also truly astonishing is that, amidst the seemingly suffocating congestion, people still find ways to create vibrant communities, unique cultures, and even innovative solutions to survive and thrive. Life in these places may not be easy, but it certainly doesn't lack color, emotional depth, or valuable lessons about the resilience of the human spirit. Can you imagine what your life would be like in one of these places? Would you be willing to trade personal space for the hustle, bustle, and opportunities in these crowded centers? These are not easy questions to answer, but hopefully, this journey has given you a new and deeper perspective on the diverse world we live in. Thank you for joining us on this exploratory documentary. See you on our next exciting journeys.